What is on your mind? My father always said alcohol is not the answer, but it does make you forget the question. I'm thinking you look ill. I'm thinking that it is colder outside than it is in here. You are still busy? Remember to get me when you are done.
How can I help you? Yes, boss? Ask away.
Does any of this work? Can't be that hard.
Now that you mention it, I suppose there is. Somewhere here in Skyrim, there's a Dwemer ruin called Doomsbethar. I came across a text referring to it in my last few months at the Arcane University. Dwemerus is a fiddly language. Often the same words can have multiple meanings, but I'm fairly sure it translates loosely to bound ghosts. It piqued my curiosity. The use of soul gems in Dwemer automatons is well documented, but no one really knows much about their purpose or function. I thought perhaps this place of bound ghosts might be something to do with that, so I did some more research, but I just can't find the location. My father's looking into it for me while I'm here on my expedition. If he finds anything, he's going to let me know. Absolutely not. I've tried. Divines know I've tried, but I just can't get the knack. Every single horse I've ever tried to ride just throws me off. Or maybe I just fall off. The point is, I can't ride. Maybe one day I'll learn, but today is sadly not that day. All right then. Are you sure you don't want to sit with me? It's really quite comfortable.
Welcome. Let me know if you want anything. I think I got a clean mug around here somewhere.
Something on your mind? Why do you have so many of these? I'm doing all right. More concerned about you, to be honest. That's good to know. What's got you curious? I know how to move in heavy armor, and I can take a beating. Light armor? Not so much. I'll always prefer a skin of steel, not leather. Of course. What were you wondering? I've spent a long time wandering. This is where my feet led me. Aye, isn't there always? To warn the truth, I've come back to Skyrim to learn something of my heritage, my bloodline. The few clues that I have pointed me here, but it takes time to decode. So, I'm paying my way by collecting bounties. Well, aren't you observant? I was raised by an old, and as one. But no, that Admoran ice doesn't run in my veins.
Oh, there once was a
I can't be certain what does.
who came riding to Whiterun from old Rorikstead.
Not
The
anymore.
braggart did swagger and
Perhaps I do have blood kin out there, but I've never known them.
them. But then he went
No,
quiet, didn't
I have no
he?
voice of the
When he met
Emperor,
shield maiden
no
Matilda
dragon skin
said,
magic. I don't know the race of my mother.
"Oh, you talk
All I have is a
about
hunch,
wrinkle on me.
but I need
Now
proof.
I think it's high time that you lie down and bleed." And so then came
You do
crashing and
that?
slashing of steel as
I
the
suppose
brave
I could
last
use the
Matilda
help.
charged in full of
The
zeal.
best clue I have is my sword, but I'm certain we can find out more in our travels.
When his ugly red head rolled around on the floor.
Till later then.
Out of my way, stranger. Yeah.
We really should warn the Jarl of Whiterun about what happened to Helga. People are in danger.
Show those thieves not to steal from Luke and Valerius. The sooner you find the claw... You found it! There it is! Strange. It seems smaller than I remember. Funny thing, huh? I'm gonna put this back where it belongs. I'll never forget this. You've done a great thing for me and my sister.
Stupid dog.
Ain't used to strangers here in Riverwood. I'm spoken for, you know, so don't get any ideas.
You look like a traveler. Someone that has seen faraway places and heard new stories. Camilla Valerius knows I'm the best man in Riverwood. That elf is kidding himself if he thinks she would choose him over me. I've seen him sneaking over to the Riverwood trader to speak with her when I'm not around. He's wasting his time. Is that sarcasm? I've heard better wisecracks from Orgnar. Still you have a point. Camilla letting Faendal visit her isn't a good thing for me. Here, let me give you a particularly venomous letter. Say it's from Faendal. That should get Camilla to stop inviting the elf over. Lucan's got a little bit of everything at the Riverwood Trader. If you need weapons or armor, see Alvor, the blacksmith. Huh?
It means so much to us to have the claw back where it belongs. It's a fine day with you around. What are you talking about? What's in the letter? Oh my. He wanted me to think Fandal wrote this? Thank you for telling me the truth. Could you talk to Fandal as well? I'm sure he'll want to thank you for standing up for him.
Riverwood's agreeable enough, I suppose, for a Nord village. I appreciate your help. Please, take this. Some gold I've saved up from working at the mill. Lead the way. Still here. I'll show you what I know. What do you want me to carry? I'll head back home if you need me.
Take what you need, my friend. Within reason.
Welcome. Let me know if you want anything. Think I got a clean mug around here somewhere.
With you all the way.
What do you need? Right you are. On we go.
Yes, my friend. I'm right behind you.
Couldn't have chosen a better day for traveling.
Halt. City's closed with the dragons about. Official business only. Fine. But we'll be keeping an eye on you.
We'll pay whatever it
You?
takes, but we must
What
have
are
more
you?
swords for the Imperial
Please,
soldiers.
take Mother Mara's blessing to wash this unease away.
Why don't you swallow that stubborn pride?
Mother guides me to those flickering souls who are yet to cast themselves on the fire for tomorrow's utopia. She sees in you potential which can avert calamity. I, her most devoted servant, need you to believe in the goodness of your heart, in love. Forgive her, beloved child of entropy. For all her convictions, she only looks up, blind to those below the clouds which she wishes to ascend. There is a terror of minds and ideas forming in the West. A conciliage of antipathy and repressed hatred is nearing its sum. If this horror transpires, then neither the restraints of distance nor time will thwart the canker that will be birthed there. I make this plea to you, special child. Meditate between the opposites and seek resolution in the chaos. I will help whenever I can, but my light is weak. However, even the faintest flame can act as a beacon against the background of deep night. That flame will appear to you in a maze of dark when you most need it. There is nothing to decipher. Just take heed of these words. Go west and see. Open those eyes and see that which belies its splendor. Beset by men, gods, kings, and ideas, keep a clear eye. Keep your head above water when you reach that realm. The tides of want can drown any who venture too far from the shore. Huh? Sorry. Ugh, my head.
What on earth? What spell did you cast on her? Yes, I saw. You were mumbling to yourself, almost word for word that of Jayana. Forgive me. Our travels have put me in a hastened mood. Didn't know madness could be contracted. Is this a jest you're both in on?
Two Daedric invasions, the Alliance War, an army of cross trolls, and
It looks like you're serious, which worries me a lot more. The closest I can come to answering your visions is that we had just hailed from Evermore, which may be that west you want. If you're dead set on taking voyage there, then a merchant who has a route between that hinterland kingdom and Skyrim should be resting at Markarth. Word of warning, if you care to listen. The Reach isn't a place you want to risk your neck just on the visions of a zealous priestess.
Hey, Lucien! This way!
I work for Bellathor at the general goods store.
Let me guess. They're saying it's because of this trouble with the storm. I spend a lot of time at the market stall so I can learn the merchant's trade.
Heard they're reforming the Dawn Guard. Vampire hunters or something. In the old fort by Rift. I consider
Here we are, Dragon's Reach. Spectacular, isn't it? Let's go chat to the man in the big fancy chair.
What would you have me do then? Nothing?
My lord, please. This is no time for rash action. I just think we need more information.
Who's this then?
trust you have something vitally important to tell me. Important enough to interrupt me in the middle of council? Alvor? The smith, isn't he? Reliable, solid fellow. Not prone to flights of fancy. And you're sure Helgen was destroyed by a dragon? This wasn't some Stormcloak raid gone wrong? By Ysmir, Irileth was right. What do you say now, Proventus? Shall we continue to trust in the strength of our walls against the dragon?
My lord, we should send troops to Riverwood at once. It's in the most immediate danger. If that dragon is lurking in the mountains...
The Jarl of Falkreath will view that as a provocation. He'll assume we're preparing to join Ulfric's side and attack him. We should
Enough! I'll not stand idly by while the dragon burns my hold and slaughters my people. Irileth, send a detachment to Riverwood at once.
Yes, my Jarl.
If you'll excuse me, I'll return to my duties.
That would be best. Well done. You sought me out on your own initiative. You've done Whiterun a service, and I won't forget it. Here, take this as a small token of my esteem. There is another thing you could do for me. Suitable for someone of your particular talents, perhaps. Come, let's go find Farengar, my court wizard. He's been looking into a matter related to these dragons and rumors of dragons.
Yes, boss? What a coincidence. I need to trade some things with you too. Let's go.
Farengar, I think I found someone who can help you with your dragon project. Go ahead and fill him in with all the details.
So the Jarl thinks you can be of use to me. Oh yes, he must be referring to my research into the dragons. Yes, I could use someone to fetch something for me. Well, when I say fetch, I really mean delve into a dangerous ruin in search of an ancient stone tablet that may or may not actually be there. You are eager to begin your adventure. Excellent. The sooner begun, the sooner done, eh? I, learned of a certain stone tablet said to be housed in Bleak Falls Barrow. A dragon stone, said to contain a map of dragon burial sites. Go to Bleak Falls Barrow, find this tablet, no doubt interred in the main chamber, and bring it to me. Simplicity itself. Ah, the dragon stone of Bleak Falls Barrow. You already found it. You are cut from a different cloth than the usual brutes the Jarl foists on me. That is where your job ends and mine begins. The work of the mind, sadly undervalued in Skyrim.
Wait for me. Farengar. Farengar, you need to come at once. A dragon's been sighted nearby. You should come too.
A dragon? How exciting. Where was it seen? What was it doing?
I'd take this a bit more seriously if I were you. If a dragon decides to attack Whiterun, I don't know if we can stop it. Let's go.
All this standing around is rubbish. We should be taking the fight to the
Irileth
Stormcloaks.
tells me you came from the Western Watchtower?
Yes, my lord. Tell him what you told me about the dragon.
Oh, that's right. We saw it coming from the south. It was fast. Faster than anything I've ever seen.
What did it do? Is it attacking the Watchtower?
No, my lord. It was just circling overhead when I left. I never ran so fast in my life. I thought it would have come after me, for sure.
Good
They
work,
say
sir.
Helgen got hit by a
We'll
dragon.
take it from here.
One of those horrors
Head down
comes
to the
here.
barracks
We'll be
for some
ready.
food and rest. You've earned it. Irileth, you'd better gather some guardsmen and get down there.
I've already ordered my men to muster near the main gate.
Good. Don't fail me. There's no time to stand on ceremony, my friend. I need your help again. I want you to go with Irileth and help her fight this dragon. You survived Helgen, so you have more experience with dragons than anyone else here. But I haven't forgotten the service you did for me in retrieving the Dragon Stone for Farengar. As a token of my esteem, I have instructed Avenici that you are now permitted to purchase property in the city. And please, accept this gift from my personal armory.
I should come along. I would very much like to see this dragon.
No, I can't afford to risk both of you. I need you here working on ways to defend the city against these dragons.
As you command.
One last thing, Irileth. This isn't a
I
death
serve
or
Jarl
glory
Balgruuf
mission.
as steward.
I need to know what we're dealing with.
All
Don't
this
worry, my
standing
lord.
around is
I'm
rubbish.
very sorry.
We should be taken to fight to the Stormcloaks.
Ready for a little dragon slaying, my friend? This is a roomy place. It makes me want to sing and dance and chase my tail. Do not worry, I will control myself. Let us go kill a dragon.
The Jarl is, as you can imagine, very busy. Perhaps I can assist you. Splendid. There's a house available right now. Wonderful. Here's the key to your new home. I'll be glad to help you. And of course, don't forget to consult your home decorating guide for description. Now, what would you like to purchase? Very well. Is there anything else you'd like to purchase? Very well. Is there anything else you'd like to purchase? Very well. Is there anything else you'd like to purchase? Very well. Is there anything else you'd like to purchase? Very well. Is there anything else you'd like to purchase? Very well. Is there anything else you'd like to purchase? As you wish. Speak to me again if you decide to purchase some decorations for your home.
I must admit I'm a little anxious about the idea of confronting a live dragon in battle. I mean, it's exciting. I'll get to see something hardly anyone else in Tamriel has ever laid eyes on. But equally, it might roast us alive. If you say so, boss. I hope you're right. I've been meaning to ask you something. Got a moment? Look, I know I'm not very good at practical things. You know, combat. I rely on you to win our battles, and I shouldn't. So I suppose I was wondering, do you think you could train me? Fantastic! Can't wait to get cracking. You would? Now? All right then. Where shall we start? Oh dear. You're going to make me exercise, aren't you? 1, 2, 3, 4. All right.
Enjoy your visit to Dragon's Reach.
Yes? The defenses here are worrying. There are no ramparts on the walls, and the surrounding land is too flat. It makes the strategic layout of the city all pointless. But vital if the city is to survive an attack. This country's at war. If not with itself, then soon again with the Thalmor. All right.
I spend a lot of time at the market stall so I can learn the merchant's trade.
All right.
No signs of any dragon right now, but it sure looks like he's been here. I know it looks bad, but we've got to figure out what happened, and if that dragon is still skulking around somewhere. Spread out and look for survivors. We need to know what's the deal.
No, get back. It's still here somewhere. Rocky and Todd just got grabbed when they tried to make a run for it. Keener, let's save us. Here he comes again.
Team Us. Yep.
I can't believe it. You're Dragonborn. In the very oldest tales, back from when there were still dragons in Skyrim, the Dragonborn would slay dragons and steal their power. That's what you did, isn't it? Absorb the dragon's power. There's only one way to find out. Try to shout. According to the old legends, only the Dragonborn can shout without training, the way the dragons do.
Dragonborn?
The power of old. The voice of the Dragonborn. My grandfather used to tell stories about the Dragonborn. Those born with the dragon blood in them, like old Tiber Septim himself.
I've never heard of Tiber Septim killing any dragons.
Are you feeling okay?
There weren't any dragons
You
then.
took that dragon's soul. It did not look or smell natural, my friend. If that happened to me, I would no doubt soil myself.
You must be one.
You say you're left being awfully quiet.
Ah, it is okay. It is okay. You still seem to have all your limbs, and you are not bleeding or anything. It was just a little surprising to witness. I am sure you are all right. Maybe.
That's something I definitely understand. Now we know you can kill. But I don't need some mythical dragon.
That thing with the lights and the burning.
You wouldn't understand how.
Does that
You ain't a
happen often?
All across Tamriel.
No, I don't suppose it would have done. Not a lot of dragons around. Traditionally, anyway. Listen, I hate to speculate, but do you think it could have been
shouting. What you just did.
a soul?
Must be. You really are Dragonborn.
And you absorbed it. Remarkable. Truly remarkable. As was the beast, as terrifying as it may have been. It seems an awful waste just leaving it lying there like that. There's so much to be learned. How does it fly, for instance? A creature of that size, with that wingspan, it defies all known laws of motion. Perhaps there might be a clue in its bone structure. I don't know. Do you think you could get me a sample? I'll give you 100 septims for it. Oh, thank you. That really would help my research. It seems like only yesterday I left home, but I already feel like quite the adventurer. Thank you, my friend, for keeping me alive. You have. Thank you so much. An actual dragon bone. I'll get a lot out of studying this. Oh, here's your gold, my friend. Let's go.
That was the hairiest fight I've ever been in.
I've been looking for you. Got something I'm supposed to deliver. Your hands only. Let's see here. Looks like that's it. Got to go.
Yes? Uh-oh? Perhaps the courier gave it to you by mistake. Let me see. Ooh, marvelous. It's from my father. Do you remember I said he was looking into Doomsbethar for me? It seems he's had some success. He's found me its location. Turns out we were completely wrong when we guessed it was in Skyrim. It's actually on Solstheim. Not only that, but he's also sent me the key. Can we go? Oh, please say we can go. I suppose you're right. Perhaps when some of our other concerns are a bit less pressing? Let me know if you need anything else.
that that really was a dragon. Those worms were supposed to be lost to the ages. And you took in its very life force. Such a thing can only be done by a Dragonborn. Aye.
Brigands I can handle. But this talk of dragons, world's gone mad, I say.
Good. You're finally here. The Jarl's been waiting for you.
You heard the summons. What else could it mean? The Greybeards.
We were just talking about you. My brother needs a word with you.
So what happened at the watchtower? Was the dragon there? I knew I could count on Irileth, but there must be more to it than that. Dragonborn. What do you know about the Dragonborn? So it's true. The Greybeards really were summoning you. Masters of the Way of the Voice. They live in seclusion, high on the slopes of the throat of the world. The Dragonborn is said to be uniquely gifted in the voice. The ability to focus your vital essence into a thum or shout. If you really are Dragonborn, they can teach you how to use your gift.
Didn't you hear the thundering sound as you returned to Whiterun? That was the voice of the Greybeards, summoning you to High Hrothgar. This hasn't happened in centuries, at least. Not since Tiber Septim himself was summoned when he was still Talos of Atmora.
Hrongar, calm yourself. What does any of this Nord nonsense have to do with our friend here? Capable as he may be, I don't see any signs of him being this, Dragonborn.
Nord nonsense? Why, you puffed up ignorant. These are our sacred traditions that go back to the founding of the First Empire.
Hrongar, don't be so hard on Avenici.
I meant no disrespect, of course. It's just that, what do these Greybeards want with him?
That's the Greybeards' business, not ours. Whatever happened when you killed that dragon, it revealed something in you, and the Greybeards heard it. If they think you're Dragonborn, who are we to argue? You'd better get up to High Hrothgar immediately. There's no refusing the summons of the Greybeards. It's a tremendous honor. I envy you, to climb the 7,000 steps again. I made the pilgrimage once. Did you know that? High Hrothgar is a very peaceful place. Very disconnected from the troubles of this world. I wonder that the Greybeards even notice what's going on down here. They haven't seemed to care before. No matter. Go to High Hrothgar. Learn what the Greybeards can teach you. You've done a great service for me and my city, Dragonborn. By my right of Jarl, I name you Thane of Whiterun. It's the greatest honor that's within my power to grant. I assign you Lydia as a personal housecarl, and this weapon from my armory to serve as your badge of office. I'll also notify my guards of your new title. Wouldn't want them to think you're part of the common rabble, now would we? We are honored to have you as Thane of our city, Dragonborn. Back to business, Moventus. We still have a city to defend.
What do you need? I wouldn't say no to a blade of Skyforged steel. Imagine it. Weapons forged in fire as old as Skyrim itself. Dragon's Reach. Built to capture and house ferocious, fire-breathing dragons. Which is why it makes perfect sense to build it from wood. The Ald's children need a boot up the arse. Spoiled little weaklings. I know of them. All right. What do you get when you cross a joke with a rhetorical question? A relief that didn't fall flat.
Nothing important.
Congratulations on becoming a Thane, my friend. You wear the title well. No, right now my mind is a dried-up riverbed.
What's on your mind? Ah, you're convinced that that's what you are, then? It's true, the evidence does seem to suggest that, but I think a certain degree of skepticism is in order. Tests, not superstition. That's how we'll find out exactly what you are. Anyway, you asked me what I know. I'm more familiar with the Cyrodiilic legends than the Nordic ones, but I'll tell you what I've read. Though some scholars on Solstheim dispute it, the first definite use of the term Dragonborn is attributed to Saint Alessia, back in the First Era. The story goes that on her deathbed, Alessia made a pact with Akatosh, who infused her with his divine blood and granted her the Amulet of Kings. Akatosh then sealed off the Plains of Oblivion, banishing the Aedra and Daedra from the surface of Nirn forevermore. Or at least, for as long as one of Alessia's descendants sat on the throne of Cyrodiil and wore the amulet. From then on, Alessia's descendants were known as Dragonborn. Of course, that line ended with the death of Martin Septim during the Oblivion Crisis. But he turned into a giant dragon and kicked Mehrunes Dagon back into the Deadlands, which seems to have confused things. Anyway, skip ahead a couple of hundred years, and here you are, supposedly with that same dragon blood in your veins. The somewhat primitive Nordic myths claim that lets you absorb the soul of a dragon, which we've both seen you do, and channel it into a shout. But as far as I'm aware, no one ever saw any of the Dragonborn emperors do that. Maybe you're related to them. Maybe the gods just like you. In any case, as I said, I have a feeling we'll find out more soon enough. Let's get moving.
The Jarl has appointed me to be your housecarl. It's an honor to serve you. The Jarl has recognized you as a person of great importance in the Hold. A hero. The title of Thane is an honor, a gift for your service. Guards will know to look the other way if you tell them who you are. As my Thane, I'm sworn to your service. I'll guard you and all you own with my life. Until next time.
Excuse me.
By Izmir, you did it! You killed the dragon. There's been talk amongst the gods that you are dragon. But such a thing. Surely that's not possible.
The Greybeards are masters of the Thuum. I don't doubt they'll have the answers to the questions you must have.
I'll get myself comfortable then.
Yes, my friend? Sir, yes, sir.
Speak to me. This building makes me feel as snug as a flea in fur. What would you have me do? How can I help you, my friend? Whatever you say. It is nice to be off my legs for a bit. What is on your mind? Yes, I have never been very good though. I enjoy writing songs, but sometimes it is more fun just making up words as I go along. Improvisation keeps the mind sharp and boredom at bay. Maybe, but nothing too serious. I would rather save my proper songs for the Bard's College. For now, anyway. Well, I know it is silly, but my songs are special to me. I would rather perform them in a special place. However, if you just want me to improvise something while we are traveling, maybe I can help you out. We will see. It is quite a story. Are you sitting comfortably? It happened about a week after the Japan job, and my betrayal. After the Japan deal went sour, I managed to score a little skooma on the road. I used it and sat up all night staring at the stars. I decided I would end my life the next day. After what I did to Felix and you, I thought it best for everybody if I just went away. You are very nice to say such things. I am glad too. I watched the sun come up, then made a noose. My camp was high near the edge of a cliff. I fastened the noose to an overhanging tree branch. I used the last of my skooma, placed the rope around my neck, and jumped off. I remember falling, the twanging noise as the rope went taut, a brief moment of pain, a snapping noise. I thought it was my neck. Then I was falling again. The cliffs rushed past me. I thought, well, the rope didn't work, but the ground will do the trick. A wide ledge hurried up to meet me. I closed my eyes just before the impact. There was a smashing noise. Then I was underwater. I was suddenly underwater. What is so hard to understand? Try to pay attention. I had fallen through a thin layer of rock into a cave. I thought, well, the ground didn't kill me, but drowning should end my sorry life. The gods had other plans, though. A current dragged me to the surface, coughing and spluttering. That's when I heard them.
What if we don't have a hat? Should we be giving hats to the homeless?
I heard clucking. I was in a river being swept through a large cavern. It was dark, but I could make out many cages on the bank. Chickens strutted about outside the cages. I could smell magic. I gathered my strength and hauled myself out of the water. Inside the cages, people were bound and gagged. Ignoring the chickens, I rushed over and tried to open the first cage I came to. It was locked tight. Suddenly, I felt a pain in my foot. A chicken was pecking at me. I kicked it away, but it came back with reinforcements. I was in a flapping, pecking nightmare. I tried to get back in the water, but before I had gone a few steps, I was knocked unconscious. No, a chicken pecks. It does not try to sneak up behind you and knock you out. I awoke tied to a chair. There was a foul-smelling man studying me. I could hear the river nearby, but now I was in a crypt of some sort. Chickens and rabbits watched me from behind the smelly man. He said he was going to make me useful. I did not like the sound of that. My options were limited. I had no weapons, but I did have a little time. This fellow liked to talk. I unsheathed my claws and went to work on the ropes that held me to the chair. The man seemed to have a bit to say, so I let him talk. He said he was a powerful wizard and that he had learned how to transform people into animals. Once transformed, he said I would want nothing but to aid him. He said he had a spy network of chickens and rabbits all over Skyrim. Yes, that is what I thought. I asked why only chickens and rabbits. He replied that once I was a chicken, no one would ever take notice of me again. A bear or a mammoth would be too conspicuous. Smaller animals make the best spies. I told him if he turned me into a chicken, I'd peck his eyes out. He told me that the change was not only physical. I would want to do his bidding, nothing else. He said he was using the information his spy network gathered to cause hate across the land. He fed on hate. It made him stronger. I had spied a wooden door in one wall that smelled rotten. As soon as I felt the rope around me give a little, I jumped at the door. It burst open as I hit it, and the chair broke apart. I was free. The wizard screamed in anger and loosed a spell in my direction. I dodged his attack and ran down a long stone tunnel. I heard the smelly wizard begin to laugh. "There is only death that way," he yelled. "Good," I replied. "I've been seeking that all day." I ran for what seemed like forever. Eventually, I came to a vast chamber with a spindly spiral staircase leading up in the center. The floor was littered with dried-out bodies. They had been dead for hundreds of years, but as it turned out, they were still quite feisty. As I made for the staircase, the dead started to groan and move. I jumped over them and began to climb the steps. There were too many Draugr to fight, so I concentrated on climbing. Halfway up, I spotted an opening in the ceiling. The air was fresher up there. That is when I uncharacteristically tripped. I tumbled back down the stairs. Soon the dead reached me. They clawed at me. They held me down. Dry, cracked fingers tore my face to ribbons, giving me these scars. I almost gave up. Then something amazing happened.
Excuse me.
I realized I wanted to live. I realized that my life was still worth something. I realized that I could be the person my brother knew again. This realization gave me a strength I never knew I had. I fought back, shouting, "No!" again and again. No, you will not have my life. No, this is not where I die. No! I struggled to my feet, fighting all the while. I snapped necks, I broke arms, I gouged out eyes. Somehow, I made it back to the staircase. Yes, it was pretty amazing. If I had not spent all that morning almost dying, I wonder if I'd be here talking to you now. Anyway, I reached the top of the stairs, forced open the hatch above, and stepped out into daylight. I was only a few hundred feet from my camp. I stared at the tree with the snapped rope hanging from it for a long time. I knew I owed much, and swore that I would repay any debt I could. When I realized you had survived, I decided that if anyone was going to take my life, it should be you. You know the rest. That is how I got these scars. It is a good tale, yes?
There's no place like home.
Yes, it is. Living it made me the man you see before you. Scars and all. I am honored you want my opinion. Okay. I will list some of your attributes. Here we go. You smell of filthy dragon parts today. You are very rich. You have never done time in a cell, unlike me. You are not exactly well-traveled. Not yet, anyway. You own your own home. That is a big positive in my book. Let me think. Like me, you have no great talent for fighting with magic. You are healthy. Try to stay that way. You are not much of a conversationalist. I do not take it personally. You are strong, free, and single. Your skill with one-handed weapons is getting better. I find that shouting random insults mid-battle always helps. In life, you tend to go your own way. You do not follow the herd. You have great fashion sense. Let's see. Two-handed weapons do not seem to suit you. I feel the same way. They are heavy and cumbersome. You are not into politics. What else? You are not very sneaky. You are like a giant dancing in a pottery shop. Perhaps that's something you should work on. You may know how to open a book, but so far you have failed to learn very much from the writing inside. You like to haul around random useless items for some reason. Your archery still needs work. Do not be disheartened. I am an oddity. Not everyone can be deadly with a bow and good-looking. Now, how do I conclude? You are destined for greatness, my friend. You are still fairly new to this adventuring thing, but you are getting more powerful every day. That is that. I hope you enjoyed my insight.